Okay. Yes, I'm getting a lot of messages in the chat also. Haribol, very nice. So that is the magic Jagannath creates. Okay, Jagannath Rath Yatra is so auspicious. Let's begin. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapatakamanam Shri Guru Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashad Deshatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in the last class, we were doing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, right? So we will be continuing with that in today's class. And today's class, we need to wind it up. And yeah, next week, we will be doing about learning about the remaining acharyas, the Shad Goswamis and Narottam Das Thakur and Madhavendra Puri, lot of powerful, amazing people. Uh, yeah, who is going to be our guiding light. So let's begin. Sri Sachi Satashtakam. नवगौरवरं नवपुष्पसरं नवभावधरं नवलास्यकरं नवहास्यकरं नवहेमवरं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरं नवप्रेमयुतं नवनीतश्रुचं नववेशकृतं नवप्रेमरसम् नवधा विलसत्शुभप्रेममयं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरं हरिभक्तिपरं हरिनामधरं करजापकरं हरिनामपरं नयने सततं तनयासुधरं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरम् सततं जनता भवतापहरं परमार्थपरायणलोकगतिं नवलेहकरं जगतापहरं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरं निजभक्तिकरं प्रियचारुतरं नटनटननागरराजकुलम् कुलकामिनीमानकलास्यकरं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरं करतालवलं कलकान्तवरं मृदुवाद्यसुवीणकया मधुरं निजभक्तिगुणावृतनाट्यकरं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरम् युगधर्मयुतं पुनर्नन्दसुतं धरणीसुचित्रं भवभावचित्तं तनुध्यानचित्तं निजवासयुतं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरम् अरुणं नयनं चरणं वसनं वदने स्खलितं स्वकनामधरम् कुरुते सुरतं जगदाजीवनं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरं Pranamami Sachisuta Gauravaram. Pranamami Sachisuta Gauravaram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so this is Sachi Sutashtakam. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother's name is Sachi Devi, right? So he is called Sachi Suta. Like how Krishna is called Yashodanandan. Same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is famous as Sachi Sutta, and this is an Ashtakam, 8 verses to describe the beauty and all the qualities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Sachi Sutta, as the son of Sachi Mata. Okay, so let's see the translation. Anybody wants to read the translation? Yes, you can unmute and start reading, please. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, can I?
Yes, 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 please, Mataji.
Translation. First, his complexion is the hue of fresh cream tinged with kumkum. He is the ever fresh Cupid who shoots around of newly blossoming flowers. He bears never sad.
Newer and newer moods of emotional ecstasies.
Newer moods of emotional
Ecstasy.
He
Yeah.
is fond of performing novel dances. He makes ever new jokes that cause much laughter. His brilliant luster is like freshly
Cast gold.
cast gold. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. Second, he is endowed with ever fresh love of Godhead. His radiant luster is like the color of fresh butter. His fresh attire is arranged in ever new. He relish ever new millions of love for Krishna. He shines in ninefold new ways while executing the ninefold process of devotions. He is primited with the most auspicious loving nature. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. हरे कृष्णा ये साची ही बोल सकते हैं ना इसको
Sachi Mata. Yeah, her name is Sachi.
Sachi. Third, he is observed in devotion to Hari, Sri Hari. He maintains the chanting of the name of Hari. While chanting, he counts the holy names on the finger of his hands. He is addicted to the name of Hari. He always has tears of love welling in his eyes. I bow down to Gaurava, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. 4. He is always removing the suffering of material existence of mankind. He is the goal of life for persons who are dedicated to their supreme interest. He inspires men to become like honeybees, eager for the honey of Krishna Prema. He removes the burning fever of the material world. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful 5, son of Mother Sachi. 5. He who motivates pure devotions unto himself, who is most attractive to his beloved servitors. by his dramatic dancing, his existing the characteristics of the king of Paramos. He caused the minds of beautiful young village women to dance. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sach. 6. He plays carottles as his throat emits sweet melodious sounds and the vibrant notes of veena are softly played. He thus inspired to the devotees to perform dramatic dancing that is infused with aspects of his own devotional service. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. 7. He is accompanied by the Sanskrit Sankirtana movement, which is the religious practice for the age of Kali. He is the he is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Come again. He is the extraordinarily brilliant ornaments of the earth. His preaching mood is suitably adapted to the cycle of birth and death. His consciousness is fixed in meditation on his own form of Krishna. He is always accompanied by his transcendental abbot. I bow to Gaura, the beautiful son of Master Mother Sachi. His eyes, the soles of his feet, and his clothing are reddish like the color that hurdles the rising sun. As he utters his own names, his voice falters, he awakens a sweet flavor to life throughout the universe. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much, Radhika Mataji. Okay, so this is how the description of Sachi Sutta is. You know, he's very beautiful, and yeah. So the entire description was about how beautiful he was. All right. So what did we learn in the previous class? Anybody remembers any of the pastimes, the childhood pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Yes, we did so many pastimes in the last class. Who can tell me? Yeah, I'm receiving answers in the chat. Yes, he showed his real form to Ramananda Rai. Very good. And what was the day like? What happened? Yes, Mataji. Yeah, I got an answer in the chat. Yes, Hari bol. To not exceed the beauty of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes. So the moon got, the moon has black spots on it. Okay, so we cannot say moon is completely beautiful. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not have any black spot. He's absolutely beautiful. So the moon was like, I'm not needed in the sky. There's already a beautiful moon appearing on Earth. Why do I have to be there in the sky? Right. So that way, the moon only thought, okay, I'm not fit to be there in the sky, and there was eclipse that day. So it's all these are like to metaphorically describe how beautiful Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was. Okay, so where did we stop? In his also one more question. Everybody got Krishna Prem, but only his mother did not get Krishna Prem. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not give his mother Krishna Prem? Who knows? Nobody knows? There was a nice incident. Yes, Mataji.
Sachimata was angry with Advaita Acharya.
Yeah.
And he had,
Why was she angry?
because it was because of him that her sons had moved towards spiritual life.
Yeah. Vishwarupa, right? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's elder brother, Vishwarupa, did not get married. He refused to get married and he went out. He left the house and he went away. So Sachi Mata got angry and she told Advaita Acharya separated me from my son. But Advaita Acharya is a he's a Vaishnava. He's the Lord himself, right? Sadashiva, and he's the avatara of Sadashiva and Lord Vishnu. So that's why, and he's a Vaishnava. In his pastimes as Advaita Acharya, he's the greatest Vaishnava. And offending a Vaishnava is as, I mean, it's more horrible than offending the Lord himself, right? So Krishna says, you can offend me, no problem, I will forgive. But if you offend my devotees, I'm not going to forgive you, right? So it's a biggest mistake, offending a Vaishnava aparadh. And she did that. So that's why she had not gotten Krishna Prem. So then, what was the solution? How did how did she attain Krishna Prem? Who knows? No. I got an answer in the chat saying she begged Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for Krishna Prem. No. First of all, she didn't beg only. The answer is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, I will give you Krishna Prem, but then you have to go take the dust from the lotus feet of the Vaishnava you offended, right? So she had to go and take the dust from Advaita Acharya's lotus feet and put it on her head. Then immediately that moment she got Krishna Prem. Yes. Okay. And yeah, so this is where we stopped, right? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will get married. He gets married first to Lakshmi Priya, but unfortunately, what happens? Lakshmi Priya dies. First wife dies. Okay, and that's why he again gets married. So basically, now Vishwarupa, like we already saw, Vishwarupa is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's elder brother. He leaves the house and goes, right? He takes brahmacharya. So what happens? Sachimata now is like, she's like, you are the only son left and you have to get married and take up the responsibilities of this family as a son, right? She requests Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he's the only son left right now, right? So that is the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says yes, okay, and then he gets married. But unfortunately, the wife dies, and he needs to again get married because Sachi Mata said you have to take up the responsibility as the son. You are the only son left in the family. So he again gets married to Vishnu Priya. So two wives, Lakshmi Priya and Vishnu Priya. Okay, so Vishnu Priya will be alive, but Lakshmi Priya, unfortunately, she dies. Okay. Now, next, we are entering Madhya Leela. All right. So once he gets married, it's all Madhya Leela. Now the childhood pastimes are done. Now he's grown up. He's in his middle age. Okay. So now it's Madhya Leela, where what happens is he takes initiation. So far we saw that he takes. He takes sannyas. Okay. So far we saw he takes initiation, right? Whom does he take his diksha from? The initiation, the Harinam initiation, whom does he take it from? What is the name of the Guru? Yes. Yes, so many answers in the chat. Ishwar Puri. Okay. Good. And so he takes the Harinam initiation from Ishwar Puri, and then he takes the sannyas diksha from Keshav Bharati. So Keshav Bharati is a Mayavadi sannyasi. Okay, so Mayavadi is an impersonalist. They deny the existence of the form of the Lord. So according to them, Krishna, the Lord, does not have a form, does not have a name. Okay, so the Lord is just, God means just some energy, light. That is why that is what Mayavadis think. Okay, they just think Krishna, I mean, God is just some Brahman. Okay, the Brahma Jyoti, the spiritual light coming out from Krishna's body. Okay, their intelligence do not let them penetrate through that light and see the real form of life. So they're stuck there. That's Mayavadism. Okay, and they also consider when Krishna comes down in various incarnations, They consider him to be an ordinary person. The Mayavadi is a Krishna Aparadi. Okay, Krishna Aparadi. They are offenders of the Lord. They are not devotees. They never love the Lord. They never offer service to the Lord. They are offenders of the Lord. Okay, they don't want to offer service to the Lord. Rather, they want to merge. They also want to become God. Okay, so this is their mentality. Such people are called Mayavadis, and they are Krishna Aparadi. They are offenders. They are not good people. We are not supposed to follow them. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Maya bhashi sunile huye sarva nasha. Okay, if you listen to Mayavada philosophy, or if you listen to Mayavadis, you are doomed. Your spiritual life is going to be doomed. Okay, so that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. And after saying all this, now the question is, why did he go and take sannyas diksha from a Mayavadi sannyasi, right? So here the answer is that, first of all, those days from Vaishnava cult, there were hardly any sannyasis who can initiate other people to become sannyasis. That is one reason. Second reason, he wanted to attract Mayavadis and convert them into devotees. He wanted to basically abolish this Mayavada philosophy. Okay, so if we have to do that, we have to go in their path, right? If you want to convert some person or bring some person into your route, what will you do? You will go to that person's way first. You will go according to that person, and then bring that person back to your side, right? Same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to abolish Mayavadism completely. So to do that, he also needs to initially, go in the path of Mayavadism or support Mayavadis, so that slowly he can attract them and transform them, take hold of their mind and transform them into devotees. The same way, for that, he wanted to enter the Mayavada, the section of people. That's why he took initiation, sannyas initiation from Mayavadi. Okay, Keshav Bharati. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking sannyas, he still retained his brahmacharya name. When he was in brahmacharya ashram, his name was Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Okay, he retained the same name, and after sannyas also, he did not add that Bharati rank or sampradaya in his name. Okay, he just kept it plain, brahmacharya name, that is Sri Krishna Chaitanya. All right. So we have lot of different types in sannyas ashram. Okay, like one type is Bharati. We have Saraswati, right? Then Ananda. So these are like so many names we have, no? Paramananda Saraswati, and so many different people. Shivananda Saraswati, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So these are all, Saraswati is a rank. Bharati is a rank. So these are all ranks given in sannyas ashram. And Bharati is the lowermost. Okay. And Saraswati is like little high, topmost. Okay. And he went and chose a sampradaya or a rank which is the lowest. Okay, Bharati. And then he retained his brahmacharya name, that is Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So now Vishwambar was the name he was given when he was born, and then later on he became Sri Krishna Chaitanya when he took his brahmacharya ashram, and then even after taking sannyas ashram, he retained the same name. That's why we call him Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We don't call him Vishwambar. Okay. And then after taking sannyas ashram, he leaves the house. I mean, as sannyasis, sannyasis are not supposed to live with family, right? That is the basic rule. They're not supposed to have any attachments with family members, especially with wife, right? They are not allowed to see the wife. They are not allowed to meet any other family member. They can meet their parents, okay? Mother and father is fine, but not apart from that, nobody else, right? So that's why and sannyasis are not supposed to live in a lavish house. All right, they are supposed to travel from one place to another, going and enlightening people about devotional service. That is their job. They are supposed to live. They are not supposed to earn money and make their living. They are supposed to live on alms, right? So that is the way of sannyasi's life. They are supposed to wear these saffron clothes and leave the house. Okay, so that's why after taking sannyas, he also does the same. But Sachi Mata is very old, and she has lost her husband now. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's father, Jagannath Mishra, is no more. All right. So Sachi Mata is alone, and he has a very young wife also, right? Vishnu Priya. So Vishnu Priya is very young, and such a young wife and such an old mother, he's leaving and going, right? It's heartbreaking for anybody. And Sachi Mata, that's why she stops him. She tries to stop him and she begs him, in fact, don't go, right? But that is the rule, sannyas ashram, right? So we need to go. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu walks out. Okay, despite all the requests that that his mother makes, he still walks out, and he wants to go to Vrindavan. So he thinks, okay, I will go to Vrindavan now, and he starts walking. But then what happens in the middle? Nityananda Prabhu will come. Okay, so Nityananda Prabhu comes and tricks him. He says, I know this place very well. I know every lane, every path in this region, Bengal, West Bengal. So I will take you to Vrindavan in a very shortest route, easiest path. Come with me, he says. And then instead of taking him to Vrindavan, what does he do? He diverts. He tricks Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and says, no, it's not this way, it's this way. And he diverts him and takes him to Shantipur. Okay, instead of Vrindavan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is now going to Shantipur without even his knowledge. Okay, who is there in Shantipur? Advaita Acharya stays in Shantipur. Okay, so here the reason is that in Shantipur, that is Advaita Acharya's place, there are many devotees who are waiting to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who are waiting to seek blessings from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to Vrindavan, he will never leave that place. He will never come back. He will never meet these people who are waiting for him. Right? That is one reason. Second reason is that Sachi Mata requests, once he reaches Shantipur, Sachi Mata requests Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to stay in Jagannath Puri and not in Vrindavan. Why? Because Jagannath Puri is very close to West Bengal, right? Vrindavan is in Uttar Pradesh. Puri is in Orissa. So Orissa is close to West Bengal, but Uttar Pradesh is a little far compared to Puri. That's why Sachi Mata says, whenever I want to see you, I can easily visit you if you stay in Puri. So you go to Jagannath Puri and stay there. Do not go to Vrindavan. It's far. Okay. So these are the two reasons. First, two reasons why Nityananda Prabhu deviates him and takes him to Shantipur. Now, third reason, the very internal reason and the real reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stays in Puri and not in Vrindavan is because Puri, Jagannath Puri, we also call it Purushottama Kshetra. Okay, Puri is very famous as Purushottama Kshetra. Why? Because the Lord stays in the ecstatic form, right? We discussed all this in the previous classes. Jagannath is a form of what? Separation, right? So he's thinking about Vrindavan Vasis, right? Vrajavasis. He's missing them, and that's why he gets into that ecstatic form where eyes become enlarged and limbs shrunk, and they go inside the body. And not just him, even Balram and Subhadra also, along with him, listen to Rohini Mata's Leelas. She keeps explaining about Vrindavan Leelas, right? To the queens there in Dwarka. Listening to all that, they get that form. They go into that ecstatic form, nostalgic form and mood, and they start missing Vrajavasis, the love he used to get there, right? The gopis, the Nanda Baba, Yashoda Maya, Radharani, right? All his friends, Gopabalas, everybody he starts missing, and that is the ecstatic form. So what is that form? Why did that ecstatic form take place in the first place? It was due to the separation, right? He was separated. It was due to intense separation from the Vrindavan Vasis. So Vrindavan Brajavasis are like his heart and soul. And now they are no more with him, right? He is in Dwarka with all the opulence. He is the king. All queens are there with him, right? But that pure essence or the true love is not there anymore. He's missing that. That is the intense separation. He's feeling that much of separation. It's called Vipralamba Bhav, it is called, okay? Vipralamba Bhav, the intense feeling of separation from your near and dear ones, right? So that form is there in, so Jagannath is that form. He's in that form in Puri. All right, that's why Puri is very, very, very powerful. And Jagannath is million times more merciful than Vrindavan Krishna. He is 1,000,000 times more merciful than Vrindavan Krishna, right? Because in Vrindavan, Krishna has Radha with him, right? He has his flute with him. He has all the calves and all Gopabalas, everything to enjoy, right? So it's like he's complete in Vrindavan. But in Puri, he's separated. Everything is lost. Now he's missing his love, that pure love. So what is happening? He's in that ecstatic form, in Vipralamba Bhav, in intense separation. So that's why the form is more merciful. Because Vipralamba Bhav is what we are all as devotees on earth, we are also undergoing, right? I mean, devotees will undergo this. We are not even devotees. That is a different story. So, what is this bhav? We are here. Krishna is in Goloka. That separation is there, right? But we need to start feeling that separation from Krishna. That comes only when you chant, and when your chanting becomes purified. That time your mind also becomes purified. When your mind becomes purified, your heart also becomes purified. Okay, when in a purified state of mind, we actually feel that separation. Okay, Krishna is not here with us, right? The same separation that Jagannath is feeling in Puri, right? And that is very relatable. Vipralamba Bhav is the sign of Krishna Prem. Okay, if you are also feeling that separation with Krishna, that means you are also having that Vipralamba Bhav, and that is the sign of Krishna Prema. So you've got Krishna Prem, you've got love of Godhead. That means you've become a pure devotee of the Lord. All right. All of us sometimes we may also feel the separation with Krishna, like how, okay, say your mother traveled to another place, you are in a different place, you miss her, you call her every day, you speak to her. Or if your child has traveled overseas, you will call him every day, you will see, you will do video calls just to see him, right? That is the intense separation that you are feeling from your child or from your mother. That is Vipralamba Bhav. If you have that same feeling with Krishna, it's called Vipralamba Bhav. Sometimes we also feel that separation with Krishna, but that is for very short duration, right? After some time, again, you will get back to your material activities, you will forget Krishna, right? So when this Vipralamba bhav actually prevails for like entire day, entire life, that means you become a pure devotee. Okay. So that bhav, that effect is very high in Puri, Jagannath Puri. So that's why the kshetra in itself is very powerful compared to any other kshetra. All right. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to go there, because he's in the form of Radharani, right? So Radharani is now feeling that separation from Krishna. He came to taste those feelings, right? So that feeling is very high. That effect is very high in Puri. That's why he wants to go to Puri. Okay. So he goes to Puri and he performs. His job is to perform Sankirtan, right? For that only he came down. So he forms the teams. We already discussed how we used to perform the Sankirtan, right? The Panchatattvas, they used to distribute themselves, form different teams, and then perform Sankirtan movement. They used to enjoy and attract people, right? And then this is the next Leela. So they used to perform Sankirtan, right? They used to travel from places to places, from one place to another, and perform Sankirtan movement. Right now, what happens when they travel? Obviously, on the way, you'll feel hungry, you'll feel thirsty, you'll feel exhausted. All these problems are there, right? As long as we have this material body, these problems are there. So what he did, once what happened, all the devotees, they felt very hungry. Okay. And they couldn't walk because they were exhausted. They were very tired and hungry. So they all sat down. So what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? In a second, okay, in 1 second, what did he do? He created a mango tree magically. Okay. What directly that tree never had these stages of, plant, sapling, plant, all that. Directly it became a tree in 1 second. Okay. And what did that tree bear? It bore mangoes which does not have seeds in it. Have you seen seedless mangoes? No, right? That technology has not yet come yet. But those days, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu created a tree instantly, and those trees had mangoes which did not have seeds, seedless mangoes and skinless mangoes. No skin also. You just take the mango from the tree, pluck it, and eat it directly. And they were so sweet. I mean, nobody can even explain the taste of those mangoes. First of all, they were skinless, they were looking yummy, they were seedless, and they were damn tasty. Okay. And just one mango would fill their stomach completely. They would, all their hunger would go away. they could eat to their heart's content. And when all of them, had satisfied themselves completely with the mangoes, when their hunger had completely gone, immediately the tree disappeared. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made that tree disappear. It's so powerful, amazing, that Amra Ghatta Leela. Okay, I think it's there. These places are preserved. I'm not sure though. All right, you can visit. It's all around, in and around Puri and West Bengal. Okay. Now, Danda Bhang. Okay, so now this is the next Leela. What happens? Once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the devotees together, they were traveling. As I told you, they keep traveling from one place to another, right? Now, they stopped near a river and they were taking bath. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also went and took bath. He was taking bath, and while he was taking bath, you know what Nityananda Prabhu did? See, sannyasis have danda. Okay. Like in Vaishnava cult, sannyasis have 3 dandas. It's called Tridanda. And Mayavadi sannyasis have 1 danda, single danda. Okay. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was initiated, was a Mayavadi sannyasi, right? He was initiated by a Mayavadi sannyasi. So he has 1 danda. Okay. Now, what did Nityananda Prabhu do? He went, took that danda. He saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was still taking bath. So he went and broke that danda into 3 pieces. You can see in the picture, 3 pieces. Okay. So why did he do this? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an elevated person. He is Krishna himself, right? He does not need a danda. He does not need a kamandalu. He does not need saffron clothes. Even without all that sannyasi, practices, he's still a liberated person because he's Krishna himself, right? So Nityananda Prabhu said, you don't need a danda. You are a Paramahamsa already. Sannyasa, there are stages. Okay, the last and the highest stage is a Paramahamsa stage. That means pure sannyas, pure devotee of the Lord. All right. So Paramahamsa means what? The Parama is the best. Okay, and Hamsa is a swan, right? What does a swan do? If you give milk to the swan, it separates water from the milk and takes only milk and drinks. That is the power. That is the ability it has. All right. So Paramahamsa means a sannyasi. Even if he talks to materialistic people, even if he lives in materialistic world, he is very selective. He takes only what helps him in Krishna consciousness, and he leaves the rest. Okay. So that ability a Paramahamsa has. He knows, he has that distinguishing power, deciding ability to choose what helps him progress in devotional service and leave the rest, right? We are not like that. We get influenced very easily, right? If say you're chanting and say your favorite movie is being played in the living room, you'll be like, okay, I'll chant later. I will go see the movie first, right? We get influenced very easily. Or say on an Ekadashi, you're fasting, a person next to you is eating nicely, chocolates or whatever. Your mouth starts watering, right? You might not go and eat. You might control yourself for that day, but definitely your mouth starts watering, or your thoughts get revolving around food. You will get food thoughts in your mind, right? So we get influenced. We are not Paramahamsa. We cannot separate and take only what is important for us, but they can. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is already in the Paramahamsa stage. So Nityananda Prabhu is like, why do you need danda? Why do you need all this? You don't need all this. You are already in Paramahamsa stage. That's why he breaks it. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to set an example. If he does not take sannyas, if he does not follow these practices strictly, who will follow him? Everybody will be like, oh, he only did not follow, I will also not follow, right? But so he's come to set an example. He's supposed to follow all that, even if he is Krishna, right? Krishna also accepted a guru, right? Sandipani Muni. Did he say, no, I know everything, I will not take a guru, accept a guru? No, he also accepted a guru. He also used to stop. I mean, even if he's traveling, he used to stop, and during sunset time, sunrise time and all, he used to go and do Sandhya Vandan and all that. All right. Why? Because common people follow. Yad yad acharati shreshta tat tad eva taro janaha, right? So they set a standard and we follow it. So whatever they do, we follow it. That's why they are very particular about all these things. Now, that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gets very angry and he says, how can you break it like that? He gets very angry. He starts shouting, and then what does he do? He'll be like, I want to be alone. Nobody, don't come behind me. I will go alone. So now they are going to Puri. Okay, all of them are actually going to Puri. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gets angry and says, I will go to Puri alone. Don't come with me. Don't come, with me. I don't want. He's angry now. So what do all of them do? They let Chaitanya Mahaprabhu go in the front, and they all follow him from a distance. Okay, because he's angry. Now, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reaches Puri first. Now he reaches Puri, and what happens? The same form that Jagannath has, no, that Vipralamba Bhav, that he also experiences. Okay, so because from so many years he wants to go to Puri and see Jagannath, right? Radharani is waiting to go and see Jagannath, Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the form of Radharani, right? So when she saw Jagannath is also missing Radharani, right? The Dwaraka story, if you remember, he was missing Radharani, Vrindavan Vasis. That's why he got that form. Same way, here Jagannath is missing Radharani, waiting for her, and Radharani in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also missing Krishna and waiting for him. So now both of them are united, right? They see each other. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to Puri and sees Jagannath. So that's why the Vipralamba Bhav reaches the highest stage of ecstasy. And what happens? He cannot take, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot take that ecstasy, and he falls unconscious. All right, so he falls unconscious. For a moment, people will come and think that he's dead only. Okay, so to that level, he falls unconscious. And then what happens? See, the thing is, he goes directly into the temple and sees Jagannath. All right, when you see directly face to face, obviously the bhav is more, the effect is more. That's why he falls unconscious. So people come there, they rescue him, they wake him up, they try to wake him up and all that. And then what happens? There is a person called Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Okay, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is again a Mayavadi philosopher. He is also a Mayavadi. Those days, everywhere you can see Mayavadis only. Okay, Vaishnava cult was very in its infancy stage. So he was also a Mayavadi. He comes and rescues him, as in helps him regain his consciousness, and then he takes him to his house. Okay, feeds him, gives him, serves him and all that, and then makes him feel comfortable. And that is Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. You can see in the picture. So he is Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Okay. And then he's a Mayavadi philosopher again. He's a very, who is Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya? In fact, he's Jupiter. Okay. Brihaspati. Brihaspati is guru of demigods, right? He's the demigod guru. So he is come in Chaitanya Lila as, Brihaspati has come in Chaitanya Lila as Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He's a scholarly personality. That's why the same characteristics are retained. All right. So he's a Mayavadi philosopher, and then he says, okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are a brahmachari, right? You are a sannyasi. So why don't you learn Vedas and enhance your the journey, your spiritual journey. So now I will teach you Vedas if you don't know, he says. Okay. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like, oh, okay, fine. Okay. Now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is like, okay, you come home. So basically, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya arranges a nice place for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for him to stay there, feeds him with Jagannath Mahaprasadam every day. All right. So he takes care of him so well. All right. So now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very beautiful, no? So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya thinks in his mind, okay, if I leave him like this, he might break his sannyas ashram and, get into this grihastha ashram because he's very beautiful. So that's why Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya thinks, okay, if I take him, towards spiritual side by giving him Vedic inputs and all that, he might sustain his sannyas ashram. He doesn't know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, okay, yeah, you come to my house every day. I will narrate, I will teach you Vedas. You listen to me. Okay. For 7 days, if you listen to me, enough, you will learn. Okay. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to his house every day to learn Vedas. See, the instruction was, you listen to me for 7 days, right? So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu simply sits and listens to everything Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says. Okay. He will keep on narrating and he will keep on listening. Then on the 8th day, okay, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya will ask him, It's been 7 days and I'm simply speaking, and you are simply listening. Is anything going into your head or it's going above your head? He'll ask. Okay. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like, you asked me to listen, so I'm listening. That was the instruction. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya will be like, Acha, but I asked you to listen and understand. Did you understand? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like, no, I'm actually confused because the Vedas that you are, reciting is correct, but the interpretation is wrong. The way you have interpreted the Vedas is completely wrong because they are conveying us an altogether different meaning. Okay, so that is Mayavadism, right? I already told you. They deny the existence of the form of the Lord. Okay. So they think light is just Brahmajyoti. I mean, God is just some light, Brahmajyoti. But that is wrong, right? The Brahmajyoti is one of the aspects of God realization. Lord has a form. He has hands. He has legs, right? So now, so this part, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya using the same Vedic mantras, the same shlokas he also recites, but he interprets it. He gives the right interpretation to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya gets, stunned. He's like, wow, you are explaining everything so nicely, right? And then he falls to his feet and then he says, I think you are a scholarly personality. Okay. The moment he says that, what happens? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveals the Shadbhuja form, the form you're seeing in the picture, right? The Shadbhuja. Shadbhuja is 6. Shad is 6, right? Bhuja is shoulders. So 6-armed form, right? 6-armed form, where the first 2 hands you can see holds the flute, saying that he is Krishna. The next 2 hands is holding Kamandalu and Danda, saying that he is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The last 2 hands are holding what? Bow and arrow, saying that he is Lord Ramachandra. Okay. 3 in 1 form this is. Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Ram in the same form. This is the Shadbhuja form, we say. All right. So he shows this form to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya sees this and then he's like, he completely transforms himself into a devotee. He becomes a devotee. He bows down to his feet, right? Offers his obeisances to the Lord. And he says, thank you for opening my eyes, and because he was stuck in that darkness of Mayavadism, right? Now he has come into this Vaishnava cult and he becomes such a devotee, such an inspirational devotee that every single moment he chants his name, he thinks about the Lord, right? The Manmanabhava Madbhakto principle that Krishna gave us in Bhagavad Gita, he practically exhibits it. Always thinking about Krishna, always chanting his name, becoming his devotee, or paying him obeisances. All right. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya from a Mayavadi becomes a Vaishnava. What kind of Vaishnava? A highest quality Vaishnava. All right. And then now, so they've reached Puri, right? Now he's in Puri actually. So now, one more thing is, why did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fall unconscious when he saw Jagannath? Because he saw Jagannath directly, face to face. He directly went, right? When he first time went. That's why he fell unconscious to that level. So now, from next time, what he did, whenever he went to take darshan of Jagannath, he went from side. Okay, there is Garuda Stamba. He did not go in very near to the deity. He stood there near Garuda Stamba at the side, and he peeped through the Garuda Stamba to the at the deity. He did not directly see, because if he directly sees, again he will fall unconscious. Such bhav it is, such ecstatic devotion, right? So that's why that Garuda Stamba today also, if you go to Puri, you actually first go touch that Stamba and then you go to take darshan of the deity. Okay, so that Stamba is very powerful because it has impressions, fingerprints of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All right, so it's very powerful. So we are all asked to actually touch that, and then only we are allowed to take darshan of Jagannath. Even today, this practice is there. All right, so that Garuda Stamba is very famous because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, Gundicha Marjan. So this is again relating to Ratha Yatra, right? So from where to where does Ratha go? From the Puri Mandir, Jagannath main temple, to Gundicha Mandir. Okay, so Gundicha Mandir, where Gundicha Mata waits for Indradyumna's wife is Gundicha Mata. Okay, so Indradyumna Maharaj is the one who built the temple that we have in Puri right now. So his wife was Gundicha. She did not have sons. All right, so she considered Krishna, Balram, Subhadra, they only to be her children. All right, so now that's why once in a year, Krishna, Balram, and Subhadra go to Gundicha Mandir, where Gundicha actually is waiting for them. She feeds them nicely, cooks for them, feeds them, and then he stays there for some time and then he returns back. They return to Puri, right? That's why we have going Ratha Yatra and returning Ratha Yatra, right? Two divisions we have. It's divided. That so before the Ratha Yatra, Ratha reaches Gundicha Mandir. Gundicha Marjan has to take place. Marjan is cleaning, right? Even today this practice is followed where so many people go and clean the mandir, Gundicha Mandir. Okay, like the picture that you're seeing. So this was Gundicha Marjan done, led by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he used to distribute, he used to give brooms and brushes and wiping cloths and all that to different people. They used to go as a devotee community, right? And each one of them would do, one would wash the, one would clean the floor, one would clean the pillars there, one would clean the windows, one would clean the walls. Okay, they used to distribute the tasks and do Gundicha Marjan, intense cleaning. Okay, intense cleaning. So this is metaphorically, or the lesson we need to take back is Gundicha Marjan is related to our heart margin, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, right? In Sikshashtakam, Krishna says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. So we need to clean, like how they are cleaning Gundicha Mandir. We have to clean our heart like that before Ratha Yatra, so that when you go touch the rope and pull the Ratha, you are actually pulling Jagannath inside your heart and you are locking him permanently there. No return. No return Ratha Yatra for us. Ratha Yatra is only in Puri. Okay, for us, no return Ratha Yatra because Jagannath Puri has entered our heart and we are locking him there. All right. So for that, we need to clean our heart, right? How are we cleaning? It's through chanting. It's the intense chanting that we have to clean our heart. And this is metaphorically explained that way. And that is the lesson we need to take back. All right. So this is about Gundicha Marjan. They used to clean and, they used to enjoy cleaning. And then, after that, Ratha Yatra takes place. Right. So Jagannath Ratha Yatra, there is one more huge pastime that we all have to understand here is during the Ratha Yatra, we all know, right, how many people come to Puri during Ratha Yatra. Now it's too many people. During Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, also there were a lot of people coming there. All right. Now what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? Their main duty, all the Panchatattvas, they used to do Sankirtan, right? During the Ratha Yatra, they used to form different groups and do Sankirtan. Behind Ratha will be coming, in the front, they will be doing Sankirtan and, leading, right? That is how it is. Now, there were 7 groups, okay? That time, they used to make 7 groups and then do Sankirtan and lead. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, once simultaneously he used to expand into 7 forms. So 7 Chaitanya Mahaprabhus. Okay, one Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to expand into 7 Chaitanya Mahaprabhus and go and join each of those 7 groups. All right. So simultaneously he was present in all the groups. So people used to see, they would be like, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there, he's here. I can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there also. Right? Those devotees used to get that experience. And he used to simultaneously expand and join each of these groups and perform Sankirtan. Right? He's Krishna. He can do anything. We can't do. He expanded into 16,108 Krishnas, right? And he got married to each of the queens simultaneously, same time. Right? That is his opulence. And now, from Puri, now he stays a lot. A major part of his life is in Puri, okay? As a sannyasi, he stays in Puri. Now, but he wants to go to Vrindavan also. Now he's like, okay, I will go to Vrindavan and come. Okay, so now he does not want to settle in Vrindavan. He just wants to go and come back. Okay, so he wants to go to Vrindavan. So that time, what happens when he goes to Vrindavan? He goes through this. He needs to pass through the forest called Jarikhand. Okay, it's a forest filled with wild animals. So many wild animals will be there. What did he do? he always chants, right? When usually when he's alone, he chants this there is a small 2-line song that he chants. What is that? Krishna, 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 hey. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahi Mam, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshna Mam. This is his favorite. He keeps chanting whenever he travels alone. Okay. So through Jharkhand forest, he was traveling and he used to chant Sankirtan, Harinam loudly, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and all the animals there also joined. Who has this power? Can we do that? Can we make a tiger dance? Can we make a monkey dance? Maybe monkey can dance. Can we make an elephant dance? No. As you see in the picture, all the animals started dancing for the Sankirtan or the Kirtan by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He also used to dance and sing, and all the animals also used to dance and do their part in supporting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is how it is. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See, we are all souls. The soul might be in a dog's body. The soul might be in an elephant's body. Soul might be in a human's body. Ultimately, we are all souls, right? The nature of the soul, the dharma of the soul is to serve the Lord, right? What is dharma? Dharma is the nature. Like how sugar's nature is to be sweet, right? If the sugar is not sweet, do we call the sugar sugar? No, right? Sugar's dharma is to be sweet. Same way, our dharma is to serve the Lord. So be it in whichever body we are in. Maybe we are in a tree's body, right? But our dharma is to serve the Lord. And he was awakening, he was looking at the soul in those animals. He was not looking at the body. He was not looking at the animals. He was looking at the soul inside each of those animals, and he was awakening them. He was awakening the souls and making them dance, making them go back to Godhead, right? That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is Krishna, not us. We cannot do that. All right. And this is another pastime of Haridas Thakur. Okay, so Haridas Thakur, as we all know, who is Haridas Thakur? Anybody knows?
Namacharya.
Namacharya, yes. How many rounds he used to chant?
1 lakh, something like that.
3 lakh Harinam, 3 lakh mantras he used to chant. 3 lakh Hare Krishna mantras. That means 192 rounds. Per day he used to chant 192 rounds. Can we even chant 16 rounds? No, right? But he used to chant like 192 rounds every single day. And he was born in a Muslim family. Okay, so he was considered untouchable. But who is he? He is Brahma. Okay, he is Lord Brahma who came down in Chaitanya Lila. He came down as Haridas Thakur. All right, so he is Namacharya. He used to chant. So that's how he became very, very close to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I think we discussed a lot about Haridas Thakur in the previous class where we learned about Advaita Acharya, right? So Haridas Thakur used to not even eat. He used to say, "Oh no, I need to finish my rounds. I will eat later." So that was, Haridas Thakur's attitude. And finally, he became very skinny because he used to not eat properly. He used to not drink water properly. Always chant. Right? He used to become very skinny, and he became very weak. And when he gave up his body, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself took his body and to the funeral ground. Okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you can see in the picture, he himself held him and took him and and performed his last rites, right? So that is the privilege a devotee gets. Only a devotee gets all this, not others. All right. So and that is the glory of Haridas Thakur. So he himself carried him. You can go, if you go to Jagannath Puri, you can also see in nearby places, you will see Haridas Thakur's house, Haridas Thakur's Samadhi. Okay, there was a tree below that tree only he used to sit and chant. That was only in his house. Okay, so that tree is preserved. The tree has become so huge now. If you go, you can go there. Okay, and if you go to Samadhi Mandir of Haridas Thakur, please go sit and chant there. Because he is Namacharya, he can give you the mercy. If he gives you the mercy, you will also be able to chant, with full focus. And that is the glory of Haridas Thakur. And then we come to the last slide. The last few days of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life, how they were. So he used to become so ecstatic. Okay, every moment he used to be ecstatic. Okay, the last few days were like that. And whatever he sees, no, he used to connect it with Vrindavan, he used to connect it with Krishna Lila. So he used to see, there is a sea in Puri, right? Bay of Bengal. When he used to see, when he used to go to the sea and see the sea, he used to think that is river Yamuna. He used to connect it with Vrindavan, everything. So he used to think the sea is river Yamuna and he used to go dive into it. He used to just go into the sea, right? Sea is dangerous. It's not like river, right? He used to just go and lose. I mean, in that ecstatic bhav, he used to lose his mind and just go into the sea. I mean, just go in the middle of the sea, right? And it's not safe. And so fishermen, people there, fishermen and all used to rescue him with nets and bring him to the bank and shore of the sea. So those were the last days. Whatever he was, that's why, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhu's body is soaked in that sea. That sea is considered very auspicious. If you go to Puri, it's a mandatory thing. Go take bath in the sea. It's very, very important because the water has touched Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body. It's become so pure now, right? Like Yamuna, how Yamuna has touched Krishna's body, same way this sea has touched Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body. Now, what would he do in his last days? So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went out one night without opening the doors of his room. After crossing over 3 walls, he fell down among some cows belonging to the district of Tailanga. There he remained unconscious. So he used to not know what he was doing. He used to just do, like I said, connect everything to Vrindavan, connect everything to Krishna. He's Radharani, right? He's come in the mood of Radharani. So Radharani is like that. She is highest Mahabhav stage, no? So only 3 people have attained Mahabhav stage. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radharani, and Madhavendra Puri. Okay, so that this Mahabhav is like that. Whatever you do, whatever you see, you get lost in that. Whatever you like, Krishna, right? And his ecstasy was so great that all devotees feared that Lord would very soon pass away. Because all the time, frequently, he used to fall unconscious. He used to take a lot of time to regain consciousness. He used to become very weak that way. So people got scared and they thought he would pass away very soon. But he's Krishna, right? He cannot pass away. So Lord's condition was so serious that at night he would bruise and bloody his face by rubbing it against the walls. See, that was the stage. He's like, why am I alive? If I'm not able to serve Krishna, if I'm not able to see Krishna, what is the use of me being alive? And he used to go and, bang his head against the walls. And he used to bleed. And to stop this, Swarup Damodar and asked Shankara Pandita to stay at night in the same room with the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered Jagannath Vallabha garden during the full moon night of Vaishakha and experienced various transcendental ecstasies. Overwhelmed with ecstatic love at suddenly seeing Lord Sri Krishna beneath an Ashoka tree, he exhibited various symptoms of spiritual madness. Like I said, he could see Krishna everywhere, right? Radharani assumed a bumblebee to be a messenger of Krishna, right? I think it's a very famous incident, you all know. So once what happened, a bumblebee was, humming around Radharani, and Radharani thought the bumblebee is actually singing the message. The bumblebee has brought the message from Krishna, and by humming, the bumblebee is trying to convey that message. So she is relating everything to Krishna, right? Same way, that is called Mahabhav stage. Same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also saw Krishna under an Ashoka tree, and he went there. And then he started exhibiting various, spiritual symptoms, madness. I mean, symptoms of spiritual madness. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed his nights tasting the meaning of the Shikshashtaka prayers in the company of Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai. Sometimes he recited verses from Jayadev Goswami's Gita Govinda. Gita Govinda is not for us. All right, the meaning is very intimate. They describe the intimate pastimes between Radha and Krishna, the private pastimes. We are not even allowed to learn the meaning. Okay, if you want, you can just recite the shlokas, but not the meaning. But Shikshashtakam is something that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left. Like how Bhagavad Gita was left by Krishna, right? That was the only scripture given by Krishna personally. Same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the only written literature that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us was Shikshashtakam. That too, it was not in written form. It was Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami who compiled it from here and there. Okay, whatever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us. Shikshashtakam. Shiksha is to instruct, right? Education. Ashtakam is 8 verses. So those 8 golden verses were left by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and during his last days, what he used to do, he used to recite those Shikshashtakam verses with Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai. Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai are Lalita and Vishaka Sakis. Okay, so they are Radha Rani's best friends, best friends. The very 2 most important best friends Radha Rani has is Lalita Saki and Vishaka Saki, which is Swarup Damodar Das Goswami, Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai. In Chaitanya Lila, they have come down in that form. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to spend a lot of time with Ramananda Rai and Swarup Damodar Goswami. All right, so in this way, he became absorbed in ecstatic emotions. For the 12 years Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived at Jagannath Puri, he relished the taste of reciting such transcendental verses. Okay, so this is about Chaitanya Lila. So how did he end his pastimes on earth? Is he went and merged with Tota Gopinath. I think we discussed, right? When we learned about Gadadhar Pandit, we discussed about Tota Gopinath, who sat for Gadadhar Pandit, right? So he went and merged with Tota Gopinath DT. He went and merged with the deity. That's how he gave up. He ended his pastimes on earth. All right, that's about Chaitanya Lila. Any questions? In the next class, we will be learning about Shat Goswamis. Any questions, anybody? No questions? These are all very nice. It's very nectarian. I would suggest you to, read about these pastimes. We have just selected handful. Okay, Chaitanya Lila is huge. Only the most famous, I thought I will compile and explain. Okay. No questions? Okay, so please fill up your attendance. No questions, then we can end. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you all for joining. Please join in the next class for Shad Goswami. And then we are actually nearing to the end of this module. Very soon this module will get over, probably in another, lessons wise, we have probably 5 to 6 lessons. I don't know how many classes it might go, but yeah, we are nearing to the, the module will get over soon. Yes. No questions? Okay, let's end then. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.